Hey, sweetie, how's your day been so far?
Very good, honestly. You're a few minutes late, though.
I am? Oh, shoot. It must have been because of...
Martin, you know him and his getting into trouble and all.
Indeed I do.
Yeah, he'll never change. He's still his sly self.
Well, yeah, though the same could be said for you. I mean, you can be such an idiot sometimes.
What? What did you say?
You heard me, Steve. Like...
What?
Wake up, you idiot! Your train's ready!
Charlie? Was that you talking to me?
No, it's Steve McQueen. Well, who else would it be? Didn't you hear what I was trying to say to you?
Yeah, I heard you. I'm sorry.
Don't mention it. Just get going.
Whatever you say.
Charlie had become very annoyed with Steve's daydreaming recently. He complained about it to George and Katie.
I don't know what's wrong with that kid. I've noticed he's been daydreaming a lot recently. I had to yell at him earlier to get him to stop.
Charlie, just because you saved a tiger from a circus doesn't mean you can behave the way you want to behave nowadays.
Okay, that's not what I meant. Look, all I'm saying is he needs to figure out how to get his mind off of this Cora figure. I've been hearing him mumble her name in his sleep a lot recently, actually.
That's part of love, Charlie. Haven't you ever been in love with someone before?
I lost the ability to love ever since I was in a relationship with this psycho switcher on the CN. And I'll be honest, I really don't get it. He only knew her for a short time, yet he seems to have a strong connection with her.
It's a bit hard to explain, but once you've fallen in love with somebody, it's hard to forget about them, even after you've moved on.
I'm not saying this to be spiteful, I swear, but I don't really understand that either. I've had love interests, sure, but I've never been that in love before, if you know what I mean.
We understand. You know something? George and I were just discussing the other day. We wanted to find a way to help make Steve feel better.
Great. For once, I'm in on this. Perhaps we should tell some of the others, too.
So they did. George later talked to Vincent and Hank about it.
I've got an idea. Why not find someone new for him?
Maybe. But I don't know if he'd be able to adjust to it very well. He was loyal to Cora, after all.
You haven't heard of a blind date, have you?
Actually, I have. But I really don't like the idea. I've done it a few times before, back when I worked on the Santa Fe.
I did that once too after I lost Stanley. More often than not, it doesn't work out.
So, I think we should take a chance. If Steve does like dissension, you'll be happier than ever. I think you guys should leave this to old Vincent here. I've known Steve for quite a while, and I'm sure he'll be willing to listen.
If you insist. I've got to take a freight train anyways.
Here's my idea. You know that ex-Chicago and Northwestern switcher who works here? Isn't she a girl?
Oh yeah, her! Sadly I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
If you have paid close attention in our previous stories, you'd have noticed the Chicago Northwestern SW1 working around the yards. She was a permanent member of the railway, yes, but seldom interacted with the other engines, so some couldn't even remember her name. That's why you haven't been introduced to her until now.
I think it's something like Madison? Alice?
Emily! My name is Emily, but I thought you knew that?
Well, it's not my fault you almost never stop to talk to us. You're always staying silent and slipping away somewhere else when you're done working.
Work comes before play. What do you want, anyway?
We could use your help on something. Tell me something, Emily. Have you ever wanted to go on a date with another engine before?
I'm listening.
We would like you to go on a blind date with Steve. You know Steve, right? The Santa Fe Warbonnet F7?
Yeah, I know him. I'm not close to him like you are, but he seems like a nice fellow.
Well, what do you think of our offer?
A boyfriend's a boyfriend.
Great! Now, all we have to do is run it up with Steve. I think this will work. What do you think, Hank?
I wouldn't suggest it if I didn't.
I look forward to it.
They told Steve about their idea, but he seemed a little skeptical.
I don't really know if I want a new girlfriend, if I'm honest.
Come now, Steve. At least once, we all just want to make you happy.
Well, I'll do one and I'll see how it goes.
That's the spirit! We should get you cleaned up before then. You don't want to look filthy with your first date with Emily, after all.
I thought we agreed that I'd just do one.
The next morning, Steve got a wash down and was soon much shinier than ever. He was just waking up too when they were almost done cleaning him up.
Whoa, is that really you, Steve? They did a really good job
On you. I must admit, the shine sure makes you look, well, handsome, dare I say.
Oh, it does? Thanks. What do you have in mind for today?
Well, I was assigned to take a short freight to Beaver Brook. I wasn't able to get another engine to substitute, but I figured you'd like to join me. I'm sure we could chat with each other during the run.
I suppose we could start with that.
Awesome! I'll arrange our train and we can head off. What fun!
Emily quickly arranged the train together, and she and Steve quickly coupled together to take it on. But before they could leave, they were suddenly interrupted by Charlie taking Dexter, the railway's wrecking crane, out of the yard.
Charlie, what are you doing here?
Didn't you two hear what happened last night?
No?
2 tank cars jumped the rails near the junction to the main line last night. One of them is blocking the main line, so we have to go and clear the path.
And just when we were about to leave on our blind date? You can't be serious.
I'm afraid I am serious. And no one knows how they ended up there. Oh well. Dexter and I will have to re-rail them either way.
No kidding. At least we can relax for a bit. Wouldn't you agree, Emily?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Do you think this was some sort of sabotage?
I don't want to think. I just want to get these cars back on the rails.
Well, I can't argue with that.
You're clear, proceed. We're done here.
Excellent! Come on, Steve, let's have some fun together.
Hey, phrasing.
So, how come you're not that social of an engine?
I don't act like that on purpose, really. I just like to finish my work first.
You mean you never finish your work each day?
I'm a diesel switcher. Switchers are like the railway's workhorses.
Okay, I'll give you that. Well, then again, I did once know this NW2 who wasn't focused on work. You know, much different from you. Amy was her name.
The name sounds familiar. Could you tell me about her?
Sure. She was a switcher I knew on my previous railway. Meant well, but could be a bit of a troublemaker at times. I remember when I proposed a silly plan to Andrew Martin
And who?
and Cora. They were some of my other friends on the railway.
I remember when my sisters and I did runs like this all the time in Kansas City.
I see.
Steve, am I reaching you?
What do you mean? I didn't hear you say anything.
How? I'm right behind you. I said we're approaching Beaver Brook.
Beaver Brook?
Yes! We're almost here!
Oh.
That could have been a bit smoother.
Sorry.
Well, now that we're here, want to help me switch these cars?
Don't you just want to settle down for a bit and talk?
We can talk while we're switching. Come on, buddy, it won't be too difficult.
Fair enough.
Can you tell me about some of your other old friends?
There are two you may know. Have you ever met two twin diesels named Justin and Joseph?
Doesn't ring a bell. What were their numbers?
6847 and 6858. Maybe that helps. I forgot our controller gave them their names when they arrived.
Nope, sorry, that still doesn't sound familiar. It might have to do with the fact that I haven't been back on the C&W in a while, though.
I see. Do you enjoy shunning cars?
Of course, it's what I was built for. I'm too slow to do good long runs like you were the big northerns after all. I'm almost not worthy. You lot are amazing with your high speeds and big power, and well, I do have a decent amount of horsepower, but...
You don't think you have as many abilities as us?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't have much to offer while you all have your own unique backstories. I guess that's another reason I don't talk much. I don't really have much to say about myself.
Pardon me for asking, but have you ever been on a date like this before?
Not really, no. I've had my fair share of crushes, but I've always been told to never take a crush seriously because I've never gotten to know them well enough to think it's appropriate to tell them.
I see.
Have you ever been in that position before? I noticed you kinda paused for a moment when you mentioned your own friend Cora.
I guess I'm not very good at hiding things. I had a crush on Cora, yes, and we eventually started a relationship.
Really? What was that like?
It was nice. She liked me, and I was very nice to her, as she'd always say. Especially when compared to another engine that tried to go after her, but bad timing got in the way. I was severely damaged in a fire, and our owner couldn't afford to repair me. So I ended up being sold, and ended up here.
Oh my gosh, I remember shunting a burnt F7 into the workshop a few years ago. That was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was me. Worst part is, I never got to give her a proper goodbye.
I mean, on the bright side, now you can start something new with me.
Yeah, maybe I can.
You do like me, don't you?
I kinda do, yeah. You are very friendly, and such.
What's wrong?
I don't know. Let's just get back to work.
As you wish.
When they returned to the yard, Katie was there idling. She decided to put on a happy face for them, despite what she and George said yesterday.
Hey, you two! How was your blind date?
It was actually pretty fun, I think.
Yeah, I had fun.
Nice. How are you both feeling? Would you like to do it again?
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Steve, however, stayed silent, and Katie noticed this. This made her realize that their feelings weren't mutual.
Well, better get back to work. You coming, Steve?
I'm gonna have to refuel. I'll catch up. You know, this reminds me of the good old days.
Hey, Stevie! What you thinking about?
I was thinking about the good old days when I was with Cora.
I see, but how did you enjoy our time today? Start a new life?
Listen, Emily, I did have fun today, and I'm sure you're a nice engine and everything, but I'm not feeling it for you.
What do you mean?
I mean that I don't think this would work out. My heart goes out to Cora, and you're just not Cora. And I know that's not fair. It's just I haven't seen her in years, and my heart still goes out strong. So being in a relationship with you, it just feels wrong to me. I'm sorry, but
You really want to turn down this nice opportunity for a new future? Fine. Have it your way.
Wait, Emily. No, I didn't mean it that way.
Steve! How could you break Emily's heart like that? You don't think it's too soon to decide on that thing?
You said this was just a blind date and I didn't have to do it again if I didn't want to. And well, I didn't want to. So, here we are.
But why? Emily seems pretty nice. And from what I heard, the date went fairly well. I don't think...
Because I don't love her in that way. Don't you all get it? I technically didn't break up with Cora. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. For all I know, she could still be wondering how I'm doing. Is it just because of the distance that you're trying to force this upon me? I thought nothing, not even distance mattered when it came to true love. This thing with Emily, it's wrong because I'd be betraying Cora, cheating on her. And if she were to somehow find out I made such a spontaneous decision without telling her, she'd be broken beyond belief. Is that what you guys want? Me to be seen as a cheater? It's bad enough I was looked down upon for something I was forced into during my early years. I don't want to go through that again. I am an honest locomotive, and I intend to be that way, even in my relationship. That's how I feel.
Vincent, this is what we've been trying to tell you. I dated like 5 different engines and none of them worked. This is not how you find a significant other.
Exactly. All you did was make Emily look like a replacement. This is what I wanted to say yesterday before you insisted on taking this over.
I don't know what to say.
That's fine. You take the time you need to process this. Listen, I'll try to talk to Emily about the matter. We can't leave her hanging.
And Steve, I know you're still upset, but do you think you could talk to Emily too? This wasn't her fault, you know.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Oh, hi, Steve.
Emily, can I talk to you?
What do you want?
To let you know that I didn't mean to make you cry, but I didn't want to start a new relationship when I still don't fully know what's going on with Cora. I never got a chance to say goodbye to her after all. I felt like a cheater when I was trying to make this new thing with you happen, and I think you and I can both agree that cheating is wrong.
Yes, and I'm sorry too. I thought I was trying to help you move on when I barely knew anything about how much she meant to you.
Can we still be friends, though? You really are a nice engine, and I do want to have you be a part of my life, just not in that way.
Yeah, we can be friends. Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, despite thinking about Cora, I did in fact enjoy spending time with you. I don't get to have a lot of time to do one-on-ones with friends, so it was a nice change of pace. I wouldn't mind if we just had casual, friendly outings. Then we'll get to know each other a little more.
You wouldn't?
Of course not. Like I said, I think you're a nice engine, and so of course I'd like to at the very least know a little bit more about you. Maybe I'll even help you with your work too.
Thank you, Steve. I'd like to get to know you a little more as well, and if you help me, maybe I could chat more with the other engines too.
Exactly! I think you'll fit right in. I'm glad we could work this out.
Steve, I'm sorry for forcing you to do that. I just wanted to make you happy. I didn't understand how much Cora meant to you.
It's fine, Vince. You had good intentions, and I can't be mad at you for that. I just think of Emily as a friend, that's all. My heart for Cora is stronger. I wonder, though, what do you think of Emily? Do you like her?
To be honest...
To be honest, what?
Well, first off, I'm not into switchers. Secondly, I've got unusual priorities. Let's just say I'm looking for something a bit different from everybody else.
Fair enough. I suppose, deep down inside, we're all looking for something a bit different.
Yeah. I suppose so. What I'm looking for is, it's, a bit hard to explain. It's,
Hey, Vince, if you don't want to explain it, I'm not going to force you to, man. It's fine.
It's not going to be fine when you find out.
What was that?
Steve, hey, Steve, wait. Before you go, I gotta learn the mail.
Goodness, you shut up.
And it says it's for you, strangely.
It is? Can you show me what it says?
Of course. Let me just open it up.
Every day I miss you is another day I fall harder. Missing you reminds me how much you're worth it. Hearing your voice and seeing you smile makes the hurt disappear in a moment. Having you beside me makes all my doubts disappear. Every kiss is a smile waiting to happen. Each day gone by is a reminder of how precious every minute is with you. I love you, and you're worth the distance, because I know one day we'll be together, and distance will be a thing of the past.
Interesting. I don't know who would have written that.
I would. There's only one engine that would write a letter like that to me.